Hi. So, point of view. I think it's interesting that our handout on craft elements had said, of course, it covered all the points of view, but it said about third person that it features a range of possibilities. So I actually hadn't really thought about the first person having a range of possibilities. I thought it was just like kind of one way to go, and yeah, third person, that has a range of possibilities anyhow. But I was surprised to, maybe it was because the Time Machine was written a while ago. This is certainly a style of the narrator. I mean, we have the frame narrator. So we have so many different things in the Time Machine. We've got the frame narrator who's using the I voice, but he is a character outside of the main story because he's telling us the story. But then we go into the story and we're still being told the story. So that first person point of view is really interesting to me because, like I say, on our handout, it hadn't really covered the possibilities of what you could do with first person, other than saying that the pronoun I, the narrator's a character, but not always the protagonist. Now, like in this case, our narrator I in the Time Machine is the protagonist, but you still feel this distance, or at least I did, because he's telling you the story. Maybe it's because of how it's set, where he comes back, sees his dinner guests, and then starts to tell the story. So we know that he's relating it as something that already happened. And so then you've just got that distance from it, even though it's the I voice. He's, for the first time, I began to realize an odd consequence of the social effort in which we are at present engaged. He's talking. I began to realize, he's talking with this kind of distance that isn't the same. Maybe it's because we're being told it as dialogue. He's speaking to his dinner group, and therefore we don't get his thoughts at all. Now, in Kindred, it's the first person narration that I'm used to. We're in her head. We get her thoughts. It's the I voice. But it's so funny because, like I say, initially I thought I voice is all the same, and it is not. It is radically different between these two stories, even though technically, if you were just going to write down on a piece of paper, Time Machine, first person, Kindred, first person.